What's up, guys? How's it going? Welcome back. Hopefully, you guys had a wonderful Thanksgiving on Thursday. It is currently Saturday, the 24th. Yeah, I think it is the 24th. I hope it is the 24th. Anyway, it's a Saturday. How you guys been? Yeah, I've been pretty good. I've been well. It's been a great weekend. Thanksgiving was nice. I didn't do anything. So yeah, there's that. Yeah, I was just basically yeah, I didn't go home for Thanksgiving. I stayed at my landlord's place while they went to their son's place, so I was home alone. It was all good though. I had food. It was fun. I did nothing. I just chilled, relaxed, and did homework because I had homework due by midnight Thanksgiving Day. So thank you, calculus. But it was fun. Got everything done, relaxed, chillaxed, and yeah, it's pretty good. But welcome back to CarCast. This is episode 2. Yeah. So last time, I talked about my first college year experience. Yeah, I thought it was pretty nice. Thought it was pretty fun. But today, what I want to talk about today is the time where I almost burnt down my apartment. Yeah, that was yeah, it was a bad experience, man. It was crazy. I ain't gonna lie. It was crazy because I thought I was gonna get expelled, but I didn't. And so, first of all, here's some backstory, right? So this is already my second. So this was last year. So this was my second year of college. We lived in apartments. There's 5 people per like apartment, and so we had our own kitchen, And me, I was like, meal prepping, losing weight, so I cooked every day for myself. And so because I cooked every day, one of my other roommates would always ask if I could cook for him too, and I was like, yeah, dude, I'm down, because I love cooking. I love being a little chef in the, in the kitchen, yeah, what's that one song called? Whoa, look at the wrist. Yeah. So I just always, I find cooking enjoyable. It's fun. You in the kitchen. You stirring up the crock pot. You flamboyant. You stirring, you cooking, you doing stuff. It's fun. I find it pretty fun because then you gotta eat and appreciate what you just made, so it even tastes even better. Because you're like, I'll put all my hard work into this, and then you're like, oh yeah, this tastes good. So anyway, so my roommate would ask me if I could cook for him, and I'll be like, yeah, he buys stuff, and then I cook it for him, and then, boom, boom, bada bing, he gets food, and I'm happy because I get to cook, so, everyone's a winner. So, yeah. So, anyway, so, this was on either a Saturday or a Sunday, I forgot which day, or it might have been Friday night. It was either Friday through Sunday. It was one of those 3 days, anyway. All I know is that here was the plan. I was hanging out and my other friends across from me on the 4th floor. So my apartment was on the 1st floor, and then I went to my friends on the 4th floor, and they're right across from us. So I was hanging out over there, and then my roommate texted me. He's like, hey, can you cook me some chicken? I'll be like, yeah, and I was like, yeah, dude, I'm down. I was like, I'm at my friends right now, but I'll be down there at like 6:30. I'll put in the chicken, and and it'll be done by the bing. He's like, all right, cool. So, well, I'm at my friend's place, right? The Rockets were playing. See, I'm a big Rockets fan, right? So Harden was playing that day, and well, the Rockets were playing that day, dude. So they were playing. I forgot who they were playing against, but the only thing I could remember is that the Rockets were playing. I think they were playing the Cavs, and they totally destroyed the Cavs. I think it was one of those games, or it was somebody else. But anyway, that's not important. The Rockets were playing. We're like, all right, cool, this is dope. My friends are like, hey, let's Postmate something to eat. And we're like, hey, that's a dope idea. And then they're like, all right, what are we gonna Postmates? And we're like, dude, let's Postmates Rigobertos. And they're like, all right, dope, coolio. So we Postmates Rigobertos. And then we got the thingamajigger of when the food was gonna arrive, and it was gonna arrive at like 6:30, 6:40ish. And I was like, hey, that's great because I have to go down there anyway, cook up the food. So my thought plan was, all right, at 6:30, get the food, put the chicken into the oven, walk back up to my friends, eat the food, finish the game, go back down there, take up the chicken, give it to my roommate. Boom, that was my plan. Here's how it actually went down. So, 6:30. I go down, get the food, go back to my apartment, prepare the meat, marinate the meat, put the meat into the oven. All right. Now, I usually cook my chicken for half an hour or for an hour because, I got the sauce, I got the magic fingers, Plus, well, here's why. Because the ovens are electric, and so they don't really conduct heat as well as a gas oven, so you have to let them sit in there for a little while longer. So I usually cook for about an hour. 50 minutes to an hour is usually good. So anyway, I put the chicken to the oven. I'm like, all right, cool. Time to go eat the food with my friends and finish the game. I go up there. So by now it's like 7 something, right? It's like 7:20, 7 o'clock. Let's say 7:15. So I go back up there, right? I give them their food. We finish the game, and we're just having fun, I was vlogging it, it was all good. I was vlogging, we were having fun. Then one of our other friends stops by, and he's all like, hey, he's like, y'all want to play a card game? I forgot what game it was called, but it was like a Rick and Morty themed game. And, they call everyone loves Rick and Morty, man. So we're like, hey, yeah, man, let's play. So, so we sat down and we started playing the card game, and we get really into it, and so we're playing, and then one of my roommates, one of my friends back home, right? He was texting me, and I was like, man, I'm not gonna answer this right now because I don't want to. I'm too invested into the game. Then he keeps texting me, I'm like, fine, I'm gonna look at it. Ooh, I look at my phone. I look at the time. Woo! Man, I've never felt my heart sink. Like, my heart literally went boom. Because I was supposed to take out the chicken at like 8:15, right? At like 8 something. When I looked at the time, it was like 10 something. All I saw was it was like 10. Like, all you saw 10, and my heart went vroom. And then all my friends were like, dude, what happened, man? What's wrong? And I was like, I was shaking. I was like, guys, I didn't take the chicken out the oven. And they're like, well, how long has it been? And I was like, like 3 hours. And they're like, dude, you're probably. And they're like, dude, man, you're fine, man. If anything would have happened, we would have heard a fire alarm. And in my head, I was like, yeah, you're right, but. And so we were playing, and then I was like, nah, guys, I don't feel good. Like something's wrong. And then my friends were like, well, you want to go? You want to go check on it and then come back? And I was like, yeah. I get up. Now remember, they're on the 4th floor. When you look down from their window, you could see our whole apartment. Now, I get up, I look at my apartment, and I see our windows. Our windows have flags on them. When I looked down, all I saw was white. That white was white smoke. Literally, you couldn't see anything. It was just white. And I was like, oh no. And I started freaking out. My friends were like, dude, what's wrong, man? And I'm like, dude, our apartment's filled with smoke. And they go all, and they're like, dude, let's go check on your apartment, bro. I open up the door, and faintly, you could hear the fire alarm going, and I was like, guys, is that the fire alarm? And they're like, oh, dude, and they're like, dude, we have to go to your apartment now. I promise you, I've never ran down 4 flights of stairs that fast in my life. I booked it. Like, all of them, Joe, went, like, we booked it down there. And then when we get to my door, because you have to put in your ID code and then a special passcode for the school. And then, boom, dude, it was like life was in, like, slow motion, man. Like, all of us were like, all right, open up the door, we're gonna go in there. I put in my ID card. Zoom. Doo, 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 doo. Like, everything was in slow motion. So I pop open the door. Everyone just runs in. White. You can't see. It's like thick white smoke. Because I left my chicken in there for 4 hours, man. 3 hours. In my head, I couldn't even, like, I was shocked. In my head, I didn't even move. I was just like, that's it, dude. I was like, that's it. I'm going to get expelled. The police are going to come. The firemen are going to come. I'm going to get kicked out of the school. I'm going to have to pay for damages, you know. I was like, that's it. I was like, my college career is over. I was like, that's it. I have no more future. I'm getting kicked out. One of my friends goes, turns off the oven, opens it up. Another friend, you know, fans near the smoke alarm. Then we open up every single door that we have, every single window, and we just let everything air out. I don't know about y'all, but the smell of burnt chicken is not so good. So, you know, we were, you know, airing everything out. So when everything finally cleared out, we took out the tray with the chicken, and so I was using like a little like glass form thing that you can bake in, and let me tell you, man, I created lava. The glass was black, and it had cracks of red because I heated the glass up to like that high of a temperature. And the chicken, dude. So it was like chicken breast, you know, like this big, and there's 4 of them. Those things were shrunk down to just burnt nothings. Like, it was just like they just got freaking incinerated. And you know, I was like, whoa. I was like, man, this sucks. Like, that's it, bro. I was like, my love's over, you know. I'm gonna get expelled. I'm gonna get kicked out, you know. Like, I don't got money to pay for it, bro. And, you know, and so everyone's like, oh, man, this sucks, you know. Man, I'm sorry, you know. None of my roommates were there. So, you know, it was all empty because they were all, I think it was a Friday because I think everyone was gone. Or was it Saturday? Anyway, details don't really matter. The main thing is, you know, I thought I burned down my apartment. I thought it was gone. I thought it was boom, boom, boom. You know, I thought it was over. So, you know, the smoke, you know, clears out, but the smell doesn't. And so then, you know, we all walk outside, you know, waiting for everything to be, you know, cleared out. Then the RAs are walking around. They're like, oh, is that you guys? And we're like, yeah. And they're like, oh, we've been wondering where the fire alarm has been going off for the past hour. In my head, I was like, that thing's been going off for an hour and we couldn't hear it. I was like, dang, that's insane. But the RAs were like, so what happened? And, you know, me, you know, being the comedian I am and trying to, you know, cover up, you know, my pain with laughter, I was like, oh, you know what? We just like a, you know, chicken extra burnt. Let me tell you, man, everyone was busting up laughing, and all the RAs were like, oh, okay, good thing no one's hurt. And then they left. I was like, that's it? I was like, I almost burnt down the apartment, and that's it? Like, y'all don't even care? And I was like, hey, that's pretty cool, though. And I was like, so then I'm not in trouble. And like, no, you good. No one's hurt, right? Nothing's burnt. And I was like, I mean, this chicken burnt, but that's about it. So anyway, so then you know, obviously we're outside and all the smoke is just coming out. And everyone's all like, hey, man, what happened? Hey, man, what happened? Hey, guys, what happened? And I'm like, oh, you know, you know what? We just like the chicken a little bit, you know, extra crispy, you know. And, you know, so everyone, then after that, you know, I was the only one there. And then all my friends were like, all right, well, we're going to go back and finish the game. I was like, yeah, I'm going to stay here. So, you know, I stay there. And I waited for my roommates, you know, to tell them what happened. And, you know, one by one, they came and like, dude, man, what happened? And I was like, oh, I'm going to burn down my apartment. I almost burned down our apartment. And they're like, well, did you burn anything? And I was like, just the chicken. They're like, dude, then you're chilling, bro. I ain't even mad. In my head, I thought my roommates were going to be mad at me. I thought the RAs were going to send me to the, you know, deans. I thought the police were going to come. I thought the firemen were going to come. I thought it was over for me. And actually, in reality, no one cared. My roommates didn't care. RAs didn't care. The only person that cared was me. So it wasn't even really that big of a deal. And then that's when I learned, I was like, dang, when you really think about something, you know, and you worry about it, perspective is a really big idea. Because to you, something can like mean, you know, the world, and to someone else, it doesn't really mean anything. So for me, that was like, dang, I'm just being dumb for worrying. But but like everyone's like, no, man, you know, it's cool, you know, the smell's gonna clear out in a few weeks, you know, everything's gonna be fine, you know, it's all good, you know, no one's mad, no hard feelings, no nothing. After that day though, I never used the oven ever. I don't use ovens anymore because I have a fear of burning things down now, and that became a long-lasting joke. Because every time I would be left for the weekends, because I live 3 hours away and everyone else lives in like LA or like near there, and so they would usually go home for the like weekends or whatnot. And so whenever they would leave, everyone would always be like, "Hey man, don't bring down the apartment," and I'll be like, out inside. I was like, "Don't bring it up, please." So yeah, so I stopped using the oven and I would just start cooking chicken on the stove, and I became really good at that too. So yeah, but I did try using the oven once after that, and it was it worked funkily, as in like it didn't work properly anymore. And I think the reason for that is because I left it turned on for 3 hours with the smoke inside. So yeah, just don't tell the school that. But yeah, no, like that's a story of how I almost burned down my apartment because I was being dumb and I didn't put on a timer. Because usually I don't put on a timer because usually I'm like, all right, an hour, not that bad. Because I usually text like a friend or something, and and I usually look at my phone. But usually I also do put an alarm clock when I put stuff into the oven. This time I don't know why I didn't. I was like, all right, I'll bring up my food, eat, watch the game. After the game, go and turn off the oven, prepare it for my friend, and bygones be bygones. But I was too lost in the game, too lost in the food, too lost in the friendship, too lost with our friends, and time just flew by, and I was like, dang. But after that, I started doing alarms for everything, man. I promise. I started doing alarms in the bathroom, in the shower for laundry, for home. No, I'm kidding. Nah, but I do alarms now. Maybe even unnecessarily, but yeah, but almost burning down my apartment really put the fear out of me, man. Let me tell you, man, that thing scared me. Cause as soon as I looked at my phone, my heart just went boom. I was like, oh no. But but it's cool that my friends didn't really mind. The smell lasted. So the smell lasted for like probably a month until it was all gone. I washed the walls with like Febreze and the carpet, and sprayed Febreze on the carpet, and vacuumed it with like detergent, and cleaned all the couches with like Febreze too, because it just absorbed all the smoke because it was just marinating in there for like 3 hours. And so here's the funny thing though. Well, karma's hindsight, whatever. So my backpack was in the living room, and it just absorbed all the smoke. And even to this day, my backpack still smells like burnt chicken. So it's a good reminder of the time it was burned down my apartment. But yeah, man, it's just crazy. Cause like, imagine if I didn't look at my phone, and imagine if I just kept playing the game. Like how long? Like if I would have waited any longer, like I'm pretty sure the glass tray would have actually shattered and exploded in the oven, and because it was cracked all over and it had like red like lines through it, because like just the glass is heated to like that high of a temperature, and it was crazy, man. But I ended up throwing that thing away because it was just like, I tried washing it, but the damage was just too far like beyond like repair. Like it was just insane. And yeah, but so if you're ever cooking in the kitchen, please use a timer. And here's the thing, see, that was an electric oven, not that bad. If it was a gas oven, whoo, that thing would have been game over, because that thing that would have been way worse, because it would have produced black smoke, and it would have, yeah, dude, and it would have actually burnt down the apartment, because the gas would have escaped, and that would have lit everything else on fire. Nothing, because it was electric, there's no gas, no nothing. It was just heated, and the smoke inside was just being evaporated over and over and over again, and everything from the chicken was just gone. So it burnt everything from the muscle to the proteins. It just incinerated everything. Like what was left was just black char. It was like that big of like black char, and it was crazy, man. That's probably one of the most stressful nights that I've ever had, because I was just worried. I was panicking, like I've never felt my heart like that ever. Like it was just like I literally thought I was gonna be going to like jail or something, just because for like arson or something. Like it sounds dumb, but I was literally worried. Like the school was gonna kick me out. I was gonna get expelled. I'm gonna have to pay fines for burning down the apartment, whatever. But it's all good. Nothing happened. I'm all good. Everyone's safe. But yeah. But I became it just became a joke of me. Every time I was gonna be left alone or something, I would be like, hey, don't burn down the apartment, and I'll be like, hi, yeah, not funny, man. No, but yeah, but that's the story of how much burnt down my apartment. Hopefully, you guys enjoy the story. I know. Looking back, it's more laughable, but in my head, I'm still like, dude, you're an idiot, bro. Like, why didn't you just put on a timer? If I would have put on a timer, none of this would have happened. But that's that, and yeah, hopefully you guys enjoyed this second episode, and hopefully you will join me next time for episode 3. And see you later.